Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Holden Alvaro Roberto. Holden Alvaro Roberto was known to be a true patriotic Angolan who laid down his life for the freedom of his homeland. He was born on the 12th of January 1923 in Sao Salvador, now M'banza Congo, into a royal and protestant Christian family. His father, Garcia Diasiwa Roberto, was said to be a minister, and his mother, Jonan Lala Nekakar. 2 years after his birth, in 1925, his family moved to Léopoldville in Belgian Congo region, where he started life, attended Baptist Mission School, and graduated in 1940. By 1941, he started work with the Belgian Finance Ministry in Léopoldville, got transferred to Costermansville, later moved on to Stanleyville, a working stint that lasted for 8 years. In 1949, he returned to Léopoldville, where he exhibited his pleasure for sports, joined his uncle in playing for a local Nomads football side. He soon got a better offer to play for daring football club Motema Pembe. It's interesting to note that no matter how sweet the foreign land could be, our heart still finds a sweeter savor in our homeland. Same goes to Roberto, who returned to Angola in 1951 after a long time, but as destiny would have it, his first experience of how the Portuguese officials treated the natives, both young and old, opened his eyes to the unfortunate governance of the colonial administrators, which spawned his political career. A similar scenario from the Holy Bible, how Moses witnessed an Egyptian official oppressing a Hebrew man, Roberto also witnessed how Portuguese officials abused an old native man. That birthed the revolutionary struggle. Holden Alvaro Roberto, alongside Sidney Manuel, founded the Union Peoples of Northern Angola, UPNA, which was later reformed and officially renamed Union Peoples of Angola, UPA, on the 14th of July, 1954. Holden's first political assignment could be traced to 1958, when he represented Angola at the All-African People's Congress of Ghana, a gathering of big personalities accommodating nationalists, African leaders, government heads, and high parastatals. He smartly used the rich gathering to build connection for himself, meeting the likes of Patrice Lumumba, who later became the president of Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia, Tom Mboya, Kenyan nationalist, and his countryman Jonas Savimbi, who was later lured to join the UPA in February 1961 and appointed the Secretary General of the party. Through his newly built connections, Roberto was able to secure a Guinean passport as a backdoor to visit the United Nations for financial backup in 1961. Roberto returned with a bang as he mobilized Bakongo militants. In 1961, about 5,000 of them led the first attack on colonial settlers in Angola, raising down farms, government outposts, and trade centers. The event saw thousands of whites dropped dead, and some ill-luck natives lost their lives too. Roberto boldly stated, "This time, the slaves did not cower." In 1962, the Union of Angola People, UPA, experienced another reformation. A merger with the Democratic Party of Angola brought about the transformation to National Liberation Front of Angola, FNLA, which started their operation at Zaire, referred to as the Democratic Republic of Congo today. Holden met with the United States President John F. Kennedy on the 25th of April 1961 to discuss the crisis in Angola. Later in the year, he applied for aid from the Ghanaian government, which was turned down by President Kwame Nkrumah, based on the fact that he was already receiving aids worth $5,000 from the U.S. government, later increased to $10,000 in 1962 for intelligence gathering. He then traveled to Israel to source for aid from the Israeli government, which was granted to him between 1963 to 1969. In 1963, with the help of the African Service Institute, Holden was able to set up a medical clinic for the Angolan refugees in Kinshasa, named Melody Clinic. The revolutionary movement began to take different sides as Jonas Savimbi, the Secretary General, who was later appointed Foreign Minister few weeks after the merger which birthed National Liberation Front of Angola (FNLA) and establishment of the Revolutionary Government of Angola in Exile (GRAE), eventually broke ties with Holden in 1964 when he founded the National Union for the Total Independence of Angola (UNITA) in response to Holden's refusal to spread the revolutionary fight beyond the traditional kingdom of Congo. In 1975, Holden's National Liberation Front of Angola and the leaders of the other two independence movements, that is, National Union for the Total Independence of Angola, UNITA, and Movement for Liberation of Angola, MPLA, reached an agreement with Portugal to sign a peace treaty that led to the country's independence. Hence, Angola finally became an independent state in 1975. One interesting thing about war is the loot recovered after battle, a scenario of men who in unison struggled to kill a lion, and after the lion is dead, everyone wants the best and biggest portion. So also, after the independence agreement, misunderstanding broke out between the three factions. The FNLA, who received backings from the West, was decisively defeated in 1976 by the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola, MPLA, led by Antonio Agustin Neto, supported by the Soviet Union and Cuba. The armed wing of FNLA, the armed wing of MPLA, and National Liberation Front of Angola made Roberto Alvaro Holden flee to exile after the heavy defeat suffered by the National Liberation Front of Angola, FNLA. He spent 15 years in exile. During this period, Antonio Agustin Neto became the first president of Angola. He, however, returned to Angola in 1991 when the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola, MPLA, and National Liberation Front of Angola, FNLA, agreed to the Bices Accords, a transition to multi-party system in Angola under the watch of the United Nations on the 31st of May, 1991 in Lisbon, Portugal. He contested during the next election, had a bad result of 2.1 vote ratio, although his party was able to secure 5 seats in the parliament, but he decided not to participate in the government. Holden lived his remaining life playing a salient role in the political affair of Angola. He finished his struggles to a natural death at the age of 84 on the 2nd of August 2007. President José Eduardo dos Santos adores him this way. Holden Roberto was one of the pioneers of national liberation struggle, whose name encouraged a generation of Angolans to opt for resistance, resilience, and combat for our country's independence. What have we missed out of this biography of Holden? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.